Good day, my name is Alan Palmer, St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son, the diaspora of machismo. My people, I want you to share this video, share it on a page, share it on a friend's page, share it in a room, share it in a group. Leave a comment. And if you like the content of this video, please press the like button. When two consenting adults decide to have consensual sex, they find themselves a private place where they are free from prying eyes. And if they are in a house in the night, they turn out the lights. Because sex is an activity that people prefer to have in private. Couples who dwell in the same house are never aware when the other couple is having sex, because sex is such a private enterprise that the couple that is involved in sexual intercourse does not want anyone to know that they are involved in sexual intercourse. When a thief decides to steal anything from someone, the first thing to do, they make their attempt in the night or when no one is around, away from prying eyes. We see how much trouble a consensual couple goes through in maintaining their privacy when they are having sex. We see how much trouble a thief goes through to ensure that he is not seen or discovered when he is getting involved in criminal activity. Let me tell you this, a rapist is more secretive than a consensual couple who have decided to have sex. And he is more secretive than a thief. He does everything in his power to ensure that he covers his tracks. Normally, all it takes for an offense of rape to go before the court for trial is an allegation that someone have imposed themselves on another person and take sexual advantage of them, causing penetration. A confession is not necessary. Medical evidence is not necessary. Forensic evidence is not necessary. Although a confession, forensic evidence, and medical evidence will cause the case to go shorter, and it will cause the jury's deliberation to be much easier, but they are not necessary. We have had several people who have come forward in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and in the diaspora and have accused the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ralph Everett Gonsalves, of rape and sexual assault. All that is required for such accusation to go before the court is a written and signed statement by the accusers. Nothing else is necessary, because the framers of the law understand the secretive nature under which rape takes place. I am tired with people who are supposed to be considered sensible people within the diaspora defending Ralph Gonsalves' actions against his victims and victimizing the victims. I am tired of hearing people say that they does not have any evidence to support the allegation. All that is needed is the allegation and a signed statement from the victim that they were imposed upon, they were assaulted, they were penetrated by another person to take a matter of rape to court. It is that simple. The requirements for criminal prosecution and the degree of evidence that is needed does not change based on who you are. It is the same across the board. So Ralph Gonsalves is not special. When Michelle Andrews made the allegation of rape against Ralph Gonsalves, it was the duty of the police to investigate that matter. And it was the duty of the Director of Public Prosecution to take that matter before the court, for the court to decide whether or not they believe the allegation based on the evidence that was put forward. Let us narrow this argument down to Michelle Andrews and her allegation against Ralph Gonsalves. Michelle Andrews came out and declared to her supervisor, who was also police, that while she was at Old Montrose on duty, Ralph Gonsalves raped and sexually assaulted her. Without any duress, Ralph Gonsalves went in the press and made a public declaration that on the time, on the date, and at the place of the incident that the police reported, that Michelle Andrews reported, he was there, and he gave Michelle Andrews a reassuring kiss. If Michelle Andrews did not consent to that kiss, that means Ralph Gonsalves have confessed that he has sexually assaulted Michelle Andrews on the day, on the date, at the time, and at the place that Michelle Andrews claimed he did. Here we see Ralph Gonsalves, the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, came forward on his own free will without any duress and confessed to a crime that he had the Director of Public Prosecution, Nolly Pross. Yet, people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, especially women, people within the diaspora, especially women, will come and say that there was not enough evidence to support Michelle Andrews' allegation. When Ralph Gonsalves, on his own recognizance, on his own free will, come forward without any form of duress, without being asked, and corroborate Michelle Andrews' allegations against him. So how can you now tell me that there was not, and there is not, enough evidence to support what this woman came forward and said? It is totally foolish, and it's time that our people start using their grammar and stop being controlled by someone who is using them to evade prosecution, to try to keep a good reputation when his reputation has been stained on his own free will, by his own free will. Nobody forced him to rape anyone. Nobody forced him to sexually harass anyone. He did it on his own free will. Recently, a man in St. Vincent and the Grenadines was convicted in rape. There were only 2 eyewitnesses to the crime of rape. That eyewitness was the victim, was the accuser, yet he was convicted of rape. Yet he was convicted of rape. Yet the case went before the court. There was no third party who said they saw the event as it took place. But that case was taken before the court. Is Ralph Gonsalves special? How come none of you are coming out to defend this man who was just convicted of rape? How come none of the people who are defending Ralph Gonsalves defended Scarface? Because the only people that were present when Scarface did that which they accused him of was him and his victim. So let us recap. Michelle Andrews, a police officer, a female police officer in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, reported to her supervisor, the police, that while she was at Old Montrose on a set date, place, the time, Ralph Gonsalves, the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, came to the area where she was. He sexually assaulted her and he raped her. Ralph Gonsalves, the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, in a bid to defend himself, without being put under duress, without being asked to come forward to tell his story, he came forward into the press and he said that at the time, on the date, and at the place that the police officer reported, he, Ralph Gonsalves, gave the police officer a reassuring kiss. Ralph Gonsalves is now corroborating the police officer's statement that on the day of the incident, at the time of the incident, at the place of the incident, he did what the police officer accused him of doing. Although he only confessed to the lesser of the two crimes he was accused of. And yet, people are trying to say there is not enough evidence to support the allegation. Here we have a willing testimony from the accused who was not under duress, confessed of his own free will. People, let us think. My name is Alan Palmer, St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son, the diaspora machismo. I wanted to share this video. Tell me where you are watching this video from. Leave a comment and let me know what are your opinion on this matter. And like this video. I will talk to you soon.